Hey everybody, Jason Huerkamp here with Living in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I am a real estate agent with a team of agents here in the Twin Cities, looking to help you with any and all of your real estate needs. And more importantly, we want to be a resource for you about different areas of Minneapolis. So what we're going to be talking about today is the 10 reasons why not to live in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So do us a huge favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button so the fancy mathematical algorithm with YouTube gets us rocking and rolling and gets this out to more people, and we really, really greatly appreciate that. You also can hit us up on Instagram at Twin Cities, or you can hit us up on our TikTok page at MN Homes. So reason number one why you don't want to live in the Twin Cities or Minneapolis, Minnesota, it's definitely the weather can be extremely cold. No doubt about it in the winter, it is very cold. The benefit though of that is we don't have poisonous snakes, spiders. You know, the cold weather keeps things away that you don't like. We have all 4 seasons, right? Though that's beautiful. We have 4 seasons here in the Twin Cities. You definitely get a spring, a summer, a fall, and a winter. But let me tell you what, guys, you gotta enjoy the snow. If you don't enjoy snow to some degree, that's gonna make it hard on you. Whether you're gonna do some ice fishing, snowmobiling, downhill skiing, cross-country skiing, snowball fight, you gotta really like the snow in order to like a Minnesota winter. So, you know, the summers though are beautiful. I tell you what, the summers are absolutely gorgeous. We look like the Emerald City for 3 to 4 months out of the year, and that really lasts from about mid-May to mid-September. Minnesota is the place that I wanna be, and I would rather be no place else than in Minnesota. The spring and the fall are super beautiful. We get a full color change of all of our leaves, and it really just makes it awesome because we have, you know, the hardwood trees, fir trees, and you're gonna get just beautiful fall colors. So reason number 2 that you don't want to live in Minneapolis, Minnesota is we have some bugs, believe it or not. But we don't have those huge cockroaches or anything like that. The biggest issue that we maybe have is mosquitoes. And mosquitoes, because of all of our lakes that we have, are quite prevalent. And we have them and they're out there. The great thing about metropolitan mosquito control, will take care of those bugs and make sure that we don't have, you know, tons of them around. So the mosquitoes really aren't as big a factor as you would think. Reason number 3 that you do not want to live in Minneapolis, Minnesota is if you hate wildlife. Really, you know, if you don't like wildlife, you have no interest in living in Minneapolis because we have tons of deer, we have tons of fishing, the wildlife is super abundant. So if you're a wildlife hater, this is not going to be the place for you. Reason number 4 that you don't want to live in Minneapolis is going to be if you have allergies. If you have seasonal allergies, we have all sorts of pollen trees and flowers and so forth. And if you have allergies, it's a little bit hard, but you know what? I guess use some Allegra, you know, use something like that. There's so many prescriptions that you can use these days. Who really cares about the allergies? But that would be reason number 4. Reason number 5 is if you love traffic. If you love traffic, Minnesota is not going to be the place for you to live. Because quite frankly, compared to most other metropolitan areas, Minneapolis has very little traffic. We have awesome commuter system that can help with from the buses, a light rail system that's really being extensively developed throughout the Twin Cities. So if you love traffic, Minneapolis is just not going to be the place that you want to live. If you would rather not have traffic, come and move here because our traffic is incredibly light. Reason number 6 why you're not going to maybe want to live in the Twin Cities is it's very spread out, right? I mean, it's very spread out. If you look at Minneapolis, St. Paul, and then if you look at all the surrounding suburbs, it really can be about an hour and a half from one side of the Twin Cities to the next. The great thing about that is it gives you the ability to spread your wings, right? Like you have tons of suburbs around the Twin Cities. It's just a huge spread out place. So it's really, really great that you have all of that room. Reason number 7 that you may not want to live in Minneapolis, Minnesota is we have a lot of construction. And we have a lot of construction in the Twin Cities because when it freezes and thaws, it wrecks our roads, is what it gets down to. The great thing about Minnesota, though, is we have some awesome roads because, quite frankly, we got to stay on top of them or otherwise they'll get destroyed, right, from the winter. So the joke in Minnesota is you have 2 seasons, road construction and winter, because quite frankly, when winter's over, you're gonna have road construction. Reason number 8 that you don't want to live in Minneapolis, Minnesota. If you don't like friendly people, this is not the place for you, right? It is a very true thing. Minnesota nice, right? It's some of the nicest people that you're actually gonna find anywhere on the planet. So be prepared to talk to people at, like your grocery store. People are very neighborly. People have block parties. People are just overall friendly. So if you don't like people, you might not want to choose Minneapolis. Reason number 9 is, believe it or not, we do get some tornadoes and hail, and that's kind of part of our weather too. But the great thing about hail is the joke in Minnesota is you really never have to buy a roof because about every 10 years, your roof probably will get hit by hail, and sometimes your car will too. Tornadoes, for the most part, are a little bit to the south of where Minneapolis is by about 90 miles closer to the Iowa border. So we just don't get that many tornadoes, but it's there, so you might have to deal with it. Reason number 10 why you don't want to live in Minneapolis, Minnesota is, believe it or not, we have some fairly high tax rates. And really the baseline can go from about 3.5% to almost 10% on the state tax side. I will tell you what though, what that does get you is it gets you an incredibly clean, an incredibly well-run city. And additionally from that, it makes it so everything really runs smoothly and efficiently. It's by far one of the cleanest cities I have ever been in personally in my entire life. And the reason for that is we have a lot of resources because of our higher tax rates to really make this a beautiful place with great schools, clean water, roads, and really even in the winter, guys, the beauty is we could get a foot of snow in the winter in the Twin Cities. And ultimately the next day you're driving 70 miles an hour down the freeway. So if you're looking for the reasons why you should not move to Minneapolis, Minnesota, I just gave you 10 of them, but I promise you they do have their opposites and the benefit effect of the negative. So we'd love to hear from you. Again, please smash that subscribe button, hit that like button, because we'd really like to get this information out to as many people as we possibly can. Look forward to seeing you in our additional videos down the road.